and all.
No, it doesn't.
I have not seen Nicole.
I haven't seen Nicole in 3 games.
I don't see her.
I don't know. I haven't seen any burning back there either.
Those bars have always been across my venue.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. They've always been there. You see the grass growing over it?
Yeah, I've not seen Nicole.
Okay, I think we are all set here. Welcome everybody. My name is Carolyn Ray and I'm the CEO and publisher of JourneyWoman. For those of you that are new to JourneyWoman, I just wanted to spend a minute and tell you a little bit about us. We are the world's first women's travel magazine and community, which was established in 1994 by the late Evelyn Hannon, who was revered as a solo traveler. We call her the original JourneyWoman. And I recently took over JourneyWoman about 7 months ago. And we've just relaunched our website at journeywoman.com. It was about 25 years old, so I would love you all to visit it and tell us what you think. Our ethos at JourneyWoman is to embrace curiosity as our compass and to seek, learn, and teach. So even though we can't travel right now, we can prepare for it by strengthening both our mind and body. The JourneyWoman live session we're doing right now is a part of a series of sessions that we've been doing over the last 8 weeks to support our community of women around the world. And every Friday morning we have a small group community circle where we have been talking every week about how we're doing and how we're feeling and how we can help each other. We also have community members who have offered to host other sessions. So we did one earlier this week on optimism and how you can shift your mindset. We have one coming up in a few weeks about bravery. And then tomorrow we have a very special Mother's Day session on which we're calling Portraits of Motherhood Lessons from Kenya, with another partner of ours to talk about what we can learn about motherhood. So we're very open to other topics. If you have an idea or you want to offer the community something, I'd love to hear it, and you can certainly reach out to me anytime with your ideas and suggestions. Some of the sessions that we do are with our partners like Linda and George, who are in our women's travel directory. And this is a directory of female-friendly, women-owned businesses from around the world. And I really encourage you to visit there the next time you're looking for inspiration about travel or where to travel. And if you run a women-owned business in the travel industry, I would love to talk to you and see how we can support each other. We have a newsletter coming out next week to over 55,000 women around the world. And JourneyWoman is also a women-owned business, and I would love it if you have time just to head over to the site and subscribe to our newsletter as a sign of support for all the work that we're doing here at JourneyWoman. And we just absolutely love doing this. So it is my my passion and my honor to be working with all these fabulous women-owned businesses. So today we are joined by Linda and George, who are with us live from Tuscany and their beautiful home, which you can see on the screen. And they're in a medieval village high in the hills. I'm going to turn it over to them in just a second, but I just wanted to start off with a few questions for them. And certainly we know that Italy has been one of the hardest hit places in the world. But this week they started to relax some of the restrictions in Italy, and people have started returning to work, which I think is wonderful timing for this session because we can hear a little bit about what's going on. Oh, I feel like we've just lost some of our visual here. Hopefully they'll come back in a second. We can hear a bit of what's going on in Italy and understand better what the impact on tourism might be as well, and how we as women travelers can help. We did a little poll this week on social media just to see how people were feeling about traveling to Italy, and we asked, would you travel to Italy to help speed the country's recovery? And overwhelmingly, the answer was yes, we would. So I'd love to know what all of you think in the comments as well. Would you put Italy on your list first, or are you going to wait a little while? So let's head over to Tuscany. I see that Linda and George are currently sideways. So I'm hoping that that will change in a moment as we as we hope that the Wi-Fi is going to work between between here in Italy. And I want to thank them very much for their generosity in doing this, and their kindness, and being willing to educate everybody as we just wait for the screen to come back on. Linda, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good. You're still
Yes,
sideways.
We have full service, everything. We just, for some reason, we keep hearing a little fade out and fade back in, but we're here.
Okay. You're sideways. So I don't know if you can fix that in some way so we can see a little bit better.
Oh, I don't know why.
I don't know what happened there. We haven't did anything.
You know, I'm sure it will be just as entertaining sideways as horizontal, but
Maybe we can turn this way and talk to you.
oh my goodness. Oh, we've just lost them. Oh no. Okay. Well, welcome to social media, everybody. This is what happens. They're coming back again. Let's see what happens this time.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, is everybody there? We can you hear us good?
We can hear you. We just can't see you.
Can you see me now?
No.
I'm so sorry. We don't know what the problem is. We're 100%.
Can you see us and hear us?
I don't know if there's anything I can do to
We were perfect before.
to help here.
Oh, there they go, but they're sideways now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about them. That's what we do. So, can you guys see us?
Yeah, we can. It's just the camera or the phone is sideways.
Because we flip. We need to flip. Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand because we haven't did anything to it. We have
you
not did
turn
anything to the phone.
Sure.
But we'll turn it though.
There we go.
Is that making it better?
Nope, still the same.
Yeah, see, it's not us.
Yeah, maybe, oh, they've gone off again. Let's see here. Sorry about this, everybody, but this is the reality of.
Hey guys, I don't know. We're can you see us?
I can see your picture, George, but not the live video yet.
I don't understand what's going on, guys. We were doing so good.
We practiced and everything.
Everything is good. No, we haven't moved. Can you see us straight? You can't see my picture or nothing, can you?
Hang on, can't see any video. This is probably a good time to go get your glass of wine if you're. Just get the cork out, get a glass ready.
What if you give them back the image?
Yeah, I'm going to transfer the image over to them in a second. I just need them to have it.
Yeah.
All right. I think something's happening. Just stay with us for a minute. While we're waiting, just do let us know in the comments. So how are you feeling about Italy right now, and if it's top of mind for you? I think probably everyone on this call has some affection for Italy. I know for me, it was the first time I was there, I was 18. And I went back about 10 years ago, most recently. All right, George, now we see you.
How about now, guys?
Yeah, I can see you now.
Don't know what happened, guys.
Sorry.
We've
That's all
relocated
right.
to the kitchen.
That's all right. This is what makes it memorable.
Hey, welcome to the 12th century where there was no Wi-Fi.
That's right.
Who knows?
So
I'm going to, because you're on, I'm going to let you get started. And I wonder, while you're talking, if you can tell us just a little bit about where you are. I know it's a small town, about 400 people that you live in, and tell us a bit about your life and
absolutely.
what it's been like. So I'm going to put you fully on the screen and let you guys do your thing.
Yeah, so George just ran down real quick to grab a couple of more things from the terrace. But right now where I am is we're inside of our kitchen, which is about 400 years old here at PIci. This kitchen was used for all of the farmers in the area to come and cook so that the houses didn't have to have a kitchen. They used this as a shared kitchen. We're very fortunate because we have 2 brick ovens, one inside and one outside, where we make delicious pizzas and fresh focaccia. So we're very lucky to be here. And we're in a little village called Montefollonico. We have about 469 villagers with us. And it's just a beautiful little untouched village here in the southern part of Tuscany. So we're very lucky to have our hotel. And here comes George with all of his pasta paraphernalia that we're going to talk about. But first of all, I just want everybody to really know that I've been here since about mid-February. George got here about the middle of March. So we've been here through the whole COVID coronavirus situation. And we can really only talk about our experience. I can't tell you, what's going on way up in the north or so forth, but we have not had the situation that maybe some things are being recorded. For example, sorry about that, guys. For example, we are not locked in our houses and we are able to go out and walk. We have our grocery stores are full of food and toilet paper and all of those things. So we're very fortunate here to have lots of land to walk on, and we have children playing in our olive grove. Now in Tuscany, we do need to wear a mask if we're going into a public place, such as a grocery store or a hardware store. We have restaurants now that are all open, that we can do takeout or sit outside. So we're really fortunate. We're very happy that our Minister of Tourism has made the big announcement just 2 days ago that Italy will open in 2020 and will welcome tourists again to a safe and happy country. So here's George.
Hey, hope everybody can see us. Hope my head's not cut off. Hope we're good. Is everybody good out there, I think? So today we're going to try to roll pasta. We're going to use some, we're going to have some raviolis. And we're going to, as you may not realize it, but don't tell, Linda's left. I'm actually the boss of this operation. Okay, maybe not. I'm not the boss. Okay, so we're going to start with rolling pasta, but before we roll pasta, I'm going to have to start with some wine. Now we do make wine here, and you'll probably notice that we have red and white wine here. And for me, my wine that I like to make, because I make this wine myself called Andrew wine. And oh wait.
I'm sorry, guys. Hello.
Oh wait, Flavio is the winemaker. I was just telling him how you make this wine.
I don't hear something like that before, but probably you made it.
I made this wine.
You made
Yes.
this one.
I made this one.
That's like great.
It has your name on it. Yes.
I'm sorry, coming here just to talk with George a little about the fact that next Monday or next again, 18, May 18, by our government let us open our hotel. Let us open again our restaurant. So this is such a great news about that. And it's the news coming fresh right now. So we
Yes.
needed to make a.
Oh, definitely. Would you like to taste my wine?
Yes.
Would you like to taste my wine? Yes. Everybody out there, if you're familiar, I think you need no introduction to Flavio. I think we know. Did I do a good job?
George, you make a great job.
Oh, thank you. Oh, awesome.
Yes.
Hey, and for all you people out there who don't know Flavio, when you get here, he needs no introductions. But for all you people who have been here, he needs no introduction either. We all know Flavio is the winemaker. And look, your family's been making wine a little bit, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a little bit more than 300 years. We cover roughly 12 generations. We make a wine on our winery here in Tuscany. We are included just a couple of miles from Linda, from Georgia, Linda. So we work together. We are more than friends. We feel like a family. I like all the villages.
Yeah. You know, we are like brothers, but Mom always liked me best.
No, but anyway, you can understand. What are you doing here? I mean, we have such a nice ravioli.
Well, you know, we're going to make ravioli, but I was going to show them how to make PIci. You know how to do that?
Yes, I know.
Well, let me show you.
Better if you go.
Guys, let me show you. You can just watch. I'm going to teach Flavio how to roll pasta. So Flavio, first you start, you drink wine.
Okay, this is easy to me.
Then we make a little bowl. We don't need any bowls here in Italy. No bowls. We pour a little bit of water in here.
Fresh wood.
Fresh water out of the water. It's Italian water. Yeah, oh, yes, definitely. Here we put it here. A little bit of olive oil. Of course. Now I can say this is my olive oil. I can't say it about the wine. Okay.
No, the oil is could be.
Yes. So, you know, we don't really measure here. We just kind of do it. And we just kind of put our fingers in there. We just start rolling it around. And Linda, if you want to come in there and show people.
Yeah, absolutely.
George, I know that he made thousands.
Yeah, thousands. Yes, Linda, yes, Linda's going to show you how. Linda, I'm going to teach you how to do it. Put it
So
in there.
we're gonna make a little bit of dough right here. We're just gonna mix that up
Are we? Any more water?
and knead it a little bit. No, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
We're
So this is
good.
the way I make pasta. Flavio, this is the way you make pasta.
Absolutely.
This is the best. Exactly. Yes, Linda. Yes. So this is the way you make pasta in Italy. Let me keep going.
Yes, you get somebody to come in and take it.
We
That's
want-
about
Oh, yes. You're doing a good job. I'm doing a good job.
That's what I'm like a rose between two thorns.
Yes, maybe.
So this dough would be kneaded for a little while till it becomes really nice and silky smooth. It takes a little while. Then you'd let it rest in your refrigerator. You can let it rest overnight, or you can wait just about 30 or 40 minutes, whatever you're in a rush for. The best thing about this dough is it's easy. It's
It is
definitely Tuscan.
Absolutely.
And
More
it dates back all the way to the Tuscan. And you will get PIci, which is what we call it, only here in about this.
Esatto. Only south of Danzier. I mean,
Yes.
it's like in our area, here they call PIci, and it's more than tradition. I mean, this
Yes.
is probably the more representative courses of Tuscany is the
Absolutely.
homemade PIci. Exactly.
Well, that and Bridget Wong.
That one is better,
So if we had let this rest for a little while, we'd roll it out just a little bit. We don't have to do too much. We'd add a little oil to keep it nice and moist.
Oil always.
Oil.
Everything.
Everything is
Right.
oil. Keep it nice and moist.
Yes, Linda, you missed a spot right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay, yes, keep
Then-
going. We need a knife. Oh,
Then-
okay.
George,
The
come
best
on, when you
part
get nice.
We're just making a small little bit here. The rhythm of the village. Oh, it can go on.
Yeah, more
and
than
on
like that.
and on.
Nervous.
Like that, like that.
Nervous.
Yes.
And, and it's this simple. That's it.
Yes,
And we roll it just by hand.
I can't believe that we just told you the
That's it.
secret. That's
Then we
it.
would do it thinner. Typically you would do it a little bit thinner and roll it out. It's a really fun thing you can do with your family, with grandchildren, with your children. You can set up nice boards around if you want to have a pasta party at your house and let everybody make their own PIci. And you can use the same dough.
Absolutely. And the homemade must be irregular.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
You cannot have a piece that looks like it came out of a machine. You want it to look like it's natural and handmade.
Exactly, and that, guys, is the way Flavio and I make pasta.
Yes, we do like that 3 times a week.
Yes.
In the night. We do
Yes,
that.
we do that, yes.
It's like little
incredible.
elves.
It's incredible. It's incredible. I want to say, Flavio, your pasta making ability is incredible.
It is like yours.
Oh.
It's really
Thank
unbelievable.
you. Thank you.
Listen, I never saw a person make homemade pasta like you make.
Oh,
Really, I'm born and raised in
Well,
the area. Never.
no, I don't, thank you.
Never.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So,
Yes. that's
real
it.
quick, we'll talk about your PIci, how you would cook it. So this,
Yeah.
after you make all the nice long ribbons, this just goes in hot boiling water for about 3 to 4 minutes. And then we like to dress it nice and simply with just a nice butter, a good high quality butter, some sage leaves from our garden,
Yes.
sage leaf, and a little bit of Parmesan. And then you just warm that up with your PIci, and it's a meal.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
delicious.
Yes.
Delicious.
Now, yes, for those of you guys out there who are thinking, I've got to have 1,000,000 ingredients to make my food taste good. No, because we like to taste our food here in Tuscany. It's about tasting and eating pasta, not about eating a sauce. So it's just a simple butter, sauce, and sage leaves. And as you can see, we made these raviolis over this morning. That's all that I have on here, sage leaves and butter sauce.
And it's
Oh,
delicious.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia, mamma mia.
So, yes, so that's as simple as you can get. And everybody always says, well, why is that food so healthy in Italy? And that's why, because we actually know what's in our food. Right, Flavio? I mean, I've actually eaten at Flavio's house, and he has actually cooked for me. Yes, yeah, imagine that, yes.
Some of you know that I cook several times, and it's very healthy and it's very simple because this is the farmer countryside, and we grow up. Most of the ingredients coming from our area, and we have 0 preservatives by the way in our
Yeah.
food. So, and it's nice. It's
And we're very lucky because during your week at Cook in Tuscany, we go to Flavio's house and we have a fabulous meal. And all of the things really come from your garden that we're looking at.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And Lorella, who is fantastic, one of the
Lorella's
best
great.
owners in the world.
It is one of the best known in the world.
Yes. She makes us delicious pasta, and she makes sage leaves. She fries the sage
It's
leaves.
great, the
Oh,
cake,
that's
yeah.
You
fantastic.
can get the lasagna.
Oh,
And,
pasta al forno.
That's the
Oh.
one, yeah, that's incredible.
Because in all the world you call lasagna,
Lasagna.
but in this area, South Tuscany, we call pasta al forno. It is a style, but it's a different version because we are Tuscany.
There you go. Well said, Flavio. Well said. And you know what else, guys? We got to get off subject. We'll talk about one of my favorite things about Tuscany is the wine. And of course, I am kind of an expert, Oh, wait, oh, okay, well, Flavio's here, so I can't really say that. Maybe Flavio knows a little bit more about wine than me, but I like the fact that when you watch Flavio make wine, and he is the winemaker, it's grapes. There's not anything else in there, it's grapes. Is that, you want to talk a little bit about that, Flavio?
This is true, because most of the people think that winemaking actually is an art. It is an art, but it's also a science. And mostly people think that making great wine means make so much strange magic things on your wine. It's just a very simple rules. Number one, I grew up perfect bunch of grapes. When we say perfect bunch of grapes coming from perfect position, perfect exposition of the sun, ventilation, no humidity, blah, blah, blah. And if you bring in your cellar the perfect bunch of grape, it becomes pretty easy to obtain a very great wine. So with the zero sulfite, that is another big deal. And we can talk for hours about the sulfites. Another thing, George,
What's that?
the difference between 99% of the winery in Tuscany versus the winery in the United States. In Tuscany, when you say winery, means that the owners grow up, produce, press, and bottle only what they grow up. In the United States, usually winery are building.
So you don't take grapes from other areas?
Absolutely not. We have 100% control of what we grow up and what we press and what we make it.
And it's interesting because when I first met Flavio, he said, I'm not a winemaker, I'm a farmer.
It's true, I'm in the dark one.
He's a farmer. He says, I don't make wine, George. I grew grapes. I'm a farmer.
And this is true for the reason that for our tradition, once again, my family is more than 300 years on wine industry, wine business. We still making wine in the same property, in the same way, of course, and then winemaking is also an art. And so I probably have a little bit more capacity or capability on you or understand which type of result you want from your grape today, probably in the next 5 or 6 years. This is the deal. You need to identify the best grape to obtain great Vino Nobile or great Brunello or great Super Tuscany probably in the next 3, 4, 5 years. This is the deal.
It's incredible.
This is the deal.
Yes. I like the fact that you make it and I drink it.
That's the deal.
It's a very good deal for me. Yes, I love it. In fact, and it's so incredible that and I will tell you, I'll brag about Flavio. His family actually sold wine to Napoleon. That's the kind of history we have here. That's the kind of history we have in our winemaking. And I know we're talking about wine, we're talking about pasta, we're talking about food, but Flavio says this all the time, because here in Tuscany, we don't eat to eat, we don't drink to drink. It is what we are.
It's absolutely correct. What Linda shows you before, talking about wine, this kitchen is beautiful, it's more than 400 years old. It's a part of the story, it's a part of our culture. Here, we don't eat it, we don't drink it because we are hungry. It's a part of our idea, it's a part of our lifestyle. We grow up with this idea, especially here, especially in the countryside. Even the kids, they grow up with the idea of the food paired with the wine. Wine is not a glass of wine by itself. Wine is the complementary of the meal. That's the fact. This is what we are talking about.
Awesome, awesome. So, hey, so guys, we can keep Flavio, as most of you know, who've been around us, know that we can entertain you for hours. Even more. Even more. Yeah, that's right. And we'll probably get in a lot of trouble, so we will stay away from that. And Laura, your wife, she's not here.
Laura is over in the kitchen. Not the kitchen, sorry, the swimming pool.
So Flavio's boss is not here, but my boss is here, so I have to behave. So we will we'll stop a little bit here and see if there's anybody has any questions or anything like that for us.
Yeah, can you hear me, George?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so a few questions on the pasta that you were making. What kind of flour were you using? And can you make this with eggs?
Yes, actually you can. So the flour that we're using here is just a typical flour. Flour is really just wheat that has been sent to a mill. So you don't have to buy anything special to make pasta or bread, anything. Pasta, I mean, flour here is just wheat. So we use just a regular flour that we can buy in a local mill here. When we're back in the States, we use all-purpose and it works just perfectly. The pasta works as long as you know that you need to knead it a little bit and get it nice and soft, let it rest, it's perfect. Okay. Sorry.
There's also a question around the wine.
Yep.
Yes.
Careful.
No, they're just playing.
Yeah, we don't want any injuries today. What is the brand of wine? And we noticed that you're only drinking red. Is that a bottle of white next to you as well?
Okay, so first of all, this wine is made by Flavio. It is all on his farm. He bottles it, he crushes it, he takes care of it, he puts it in barrels, he puts it in stainless, the whole thing. This is red, and of course, Tuscany is really about red wine.
It is. 90% is a red.
It's red. But for some of us, this is our favorite wine. Meaning me.
Yes.
This is my favorite wine, and I'm not really a big wine drinker, but it is one of my favorite. It is Flavio's sweeter white wine.
It is. You can pair it with the sweet wine that somehow are popular in the United States is Moscato d'Asti. It's a grape where we stop the fermentation when we reach 5% in alcohol content. So the wine become, for this reason, naturally sparkling. It's very smooth, it's very soft, easy to drink, and with a great finish, a touch of lemon at the end, and you start with the pineapple sensation at the beginning of your mouth. It's a really body wines, but still with a light weight. I mean,
You know, Flavio, it's almost like you made this, that you know a lot about it.
Yeah.
And you can certainly be able to get all this information. We're happy to send it to JourneyWoman, or you can find it on our Facebook page. Flavio does ship all over the world. So if you would like to taste some of his wine, we're happy to send you his information.
Well, I think there's a lot of I think there's a lot of interest in the wine because it looks pretty delicious. So
oh, it's fantastic. And
Some of the best you will
this
find.
Moscato, I think the girls, we have grown girls at home in the States, and we send home cases of this, and our girls at Christmas go through at least a case or more.
Yeah, and then we have some have a great wine, of course, but other white wine are very interesting. At least you remember what we pair our with Loretta, you mentioned before. We pair with our Chardonnay. That's in a totally different standpoint of vision of
Absolutely.
the oaky Chardonnay that most of your type of wine you have in the United States. Ours is not absolutely oak, zero oak, only stillness bottle. It's very clean, it's very net.
And it's very buttery.
Yeah,
It is.
and the amazing thing about it, as Fabio was talking about, it's great by itself, but when you eat it with the right food,
Yeah, the pairing is
the
everything.
pairing is incredible. It makes a big difference.
Well, at the very end, this is the sense of cooking Tuscany. The sense of cooking Tuscany is, of course, have a fun, visit Tuscany, enjoy, have a great time, and a little bit, sorry guys, learn the fact that we are not making pasta or wine. We are going to have a food pairing. That is the sense of our story and our tradition at the very end.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's very important. So of course, wine is a big deal here during the week of Cooking Tuscany. I think we go through a lot of bottles, but it is super important that we pair it with the correct thing because it really enhances the flavor of the food, but it also enhances the flavor of the wine.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. It's true.
Okay.
it's also a very important question about what is the best music to listen to while drinking the wine.
Oh, we dance to everything. We dance all the time. You must dance. That's the secret to drinking wine, and also the secret to making pasta. You must dance.
So our kitchens are full of dancing. We actually have a sign that says "Life is short, dance in the kitchen." So when we start cooking and rolling pasta, the music comes on, and we go for all genres of music. We go all the way back to 60s, and then we do Italian, and we do everything, because it's important just to keep your body moving and start enjoying it.
The Italian playlist, if you want the modern Italian music, everyone wants to play this.
Yeah, we love it.
Yes. It's very musical, no, for your heart.
That's right.
Yes.
What else you got out there, guys?
There's a question from somebody called Truffles,
Uh-oh.
who would like to know how the pool is coming along.
Ah, the pool.
Oh, the pool.
The pool is coming along. They had to stop working on the pool a couple of weeks, a month ago, because at this point they were all in like the little pump room getting things together, and they were too close. But tomorrow, actually, the crew will be back, and the pool will be ready in about 3 weeks. We hope the weather stays with us so we can have everything ready. We have pool furniture ordered. We have our first pool party planned.
Yes.
I'm here.
Oh, you was here?
So the pool will be ready when we open the hotel in June.
And there's a lot of curiosity about the town that you are in. If you could tell a little bit about the history and where you are in relation perhaps to Florence and Rome.
Absolutely. So we're about an hour south of Florence and about 2.5 hours north of Rome. We're in the southern part of Tuscany in a beautiful little hilltop village, Montefollonico.
Flowers enough according to Linda.
Yeah,
right?
1 hour if Flavio.
1 hour Flavio, yes.
But we are 8 kilometers from the largest hilltop village in all of Tuscany, and our village is a tiny little place. We are inside the walls. There are only probably about 170 people inside the walls, the medieval walls of the village. But outside of the walls total, we're about 460, 470. We have quite a few elderly people here who have lived here their entire lives. And it's so nice to see them because their whole social life here is they get up, they go to the grocery store, they buy 1 tomato, 1 cucumber, just what they're using for today. And then it's a social event. Then they have coffee at our local little bar Sport. And then it's home to cook and make pasta. And in the evening, it happens all again. So it's a very unique place off the tourist path. The people are lovely. They're so welcoming. They're very happy to see the tourists that come with Cook in Tuscany and come to see Flavio's winery. They just really welcome you here. So it's a unique place.
And if I can add something a little more, our village is real village. Because some other village on the area, no, or even if you go to Florence, if you go to Siena, some shops are built. Yeah. For the idea to catch the tourists. Here, like you mentioned, this is totally true. This doesn't real life.
You can't really, we have a grocery store, which is probably only as big as our kitchen. We have a little ceramic shop and a pharmacy. We don't have any tourist shops. You can't buy clothes, you can't buy shoes.
Absolutely.
You're not going to be able to get lots of touristy keychains or any of that. Because it's a real working, living village.
The great thing about it is it looks just like it did in 12 and 1300s. Hasn't changed.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, it is. Nothing.
Oh, we have an ATM.
One word.
Do you have a kind of a high season there where you get more people visiting, or when would be the best time of year to come to Tuscany?
Well, Tuscany is beautiful any time of the year, but my favorite time is the spring because I think the flowers are so beautiful and you're starting to see the gardens come alive. But then George's favorite time is the fall because it's wine time.
We get wine and we get olive oil. It's a great time.
Well, spring or fall are probably the best. A little bit advice is just in August when the temperature are a little bit hot. But for some reason, I agree with Linda on the idea that spring is time of the colors. Actually, outside we have probably 5,000 variety of green. And in the fall, with the vineyard, the leaves of the forest, we have probably 10,000 orange. And
it's crazy. Yeah, so every time, and and there is everybody, we talk about the heat in August and July, and everybody says, oh, I've heard don't travel there. Well, it's actually not a bad time to travel because there's not as many people.
Absolutely.
And everybody says everything closes. I would say in the old days, everything did close.
Well, a good deal you can make in August dry simply for the reason that Italian people intend the holidays, the vacation to go to the beach.
Yes.
And so in this place, you don't have absolutely
Yes.
And you can enjoy
Yes,
even
you
the
can.
Yes.
historical city like Florence, you can easily enjoy at that time. Yes.
And actually, we really think that coming to Tuscany when it opens, which is going to be soon, is
It is.
really your best time to come because you won't have the overrun of tourists. Although we don't get many tourists right here, but even the big cities will still, you'll still feel like you're almost alone in Rome and Florence and all those beautiful
I mean,
places.
and then another important thing, I mean, all of us, I've been in the United States several times, but just walking in our city means walking under an open under sky museum. So
Yes.
each 200 meters you are walking, your foot are overstone that have more than 1,000 years, every single corner.
Yes.
It's really the greatest view.
Yes.
Yes.
That's great. We're just waiting for a few more questions to come in from Facebook because there is little bit of a delay.
Sure.
Okay.
But I am curious, what your message of hope and optimism is. If you were to say, this is what we're hoping in terms of when things will open, when people can travel, when I know you've got some of your hotel and restaurants opening soon, and what the timelines are for that. So, what do you think the future holds, and what gives you hope?
We are not really, I wouldn't even call it optimism, I would call it sureism, because we're sure that Tuscany and Italy in general will come back to its full glory. Our restaurants are already open really here for takeout or outside dining. We are very optimistic that on May 18th, we get our next little message.
May 18th will be the day in
that we can
Italy.
find out.
Even because Italy is long, a little long, but the real problem of the virus is just located north of Italy. It's
Way
in Milan.
over.
It's
Yeah.
very
Yes.
far from us. Tuscany, our area, we have zero contamination since the beginning. And we don't have absolutely nothing. Of course, we respect all the social distance, etc., and mask or whatever, but the idea today is information about today is that May 18, especially Tuscany, they let us open the restaurant, they let us open the bar, and you consider from central, where Tuscany till the south, contamination is zero. It's ridiculous.
Yes, it is. It's incredible because when you look at the deaths, which is terrible, but it is two small areas to the north of Italy.
Yeah.
The rest of us down here have been doing really
But
good.
so, like we were saying in the beginning, our experience, we can only talk about our experience, but it's very different than sometimes what is being portrayed in the media or the news or whatever, because we aren't experiencing that kind of, we don't have no one here that is sick.
No.
So we are not feeling, although we are still wearing masks in public places, we're still walking out, we're doing things, but our optimism is very 100%. We know that we're going to be opening June 1st. We know people will start coming. Our Minister of Tourism has already announced, like I said earlier, that 2020, Italy is opening. Tourists are coming. And he made it very clear that he kind of addressed the fact that there was a rumor out there that tourists or other people other than residents would not be welcome in Italy until 2021. And he said, no one has ever said that in his office. He's never even thought of that Italy is too beautiful not to share with the world, and therefore we are opening.
No, I mean, and yesterday, Florence Airport is already open.
Yes.
Slowly, we started to reopen. You know, guys, that in Europe we have the Schengen area, what's called. So first, let's move the people inside Europe, but shortly we will open on the rest of the world. I mean, we know we have thousands and thousands and thousands of people that's pushing to come to visit Italy. I mean,
and we're very fortunate. Like just today, we had, people are not nervous. We don't find that people are getting nervous. Today, we had 6 more people who signed up to come in 2021, and I have a list of emails that I haven't had a chance to go through. People feel very confident that I think we would be very, our mission is to be safe and healthy, but our mission also is to bring people and show them this wonderful life.
Absolutely. In somehow we have to keep some attention against the virus, by the way, of course, but until we don't have the vaccine, of course, we have to live together with the virus, and we can't stop the world. That's more or less the idea.
So we are very optimistic, and we are very sure that very soon we'll have plenty of people dancing and rolling pasta right here in this kitchen, and going to have wine, and going to see beautiful Pienza and Cortona and all of these beautiful little villages around us.
So the Prime Minister announced today that beach will be open soon.
Yeah.
So beach will be open. They will open the thermal. You can go to the spa.
The spa, that's a very important thing.
It is an important piece for us. Yes. I mean, so the normal life starts.
It's coming back.
We seriously think that by the end of July we will be at 80–90% of the
Yeah. Well, we really, I think, we really are looking to Italy as a sign of hope, and very excited for Europe to open up. And I would imagine with so many North Americans, Canadians, Americans coming over to Italy, our heart is really with you. And Italy is the kind of place you go to and you can never forget. So,
very true.
Yeah.
By the way, also this is important for the rest of the world, assuming the fact that after China, the second country was Italy, and you guys in the US are roughly 35 days in delay versus us. So this means that also in your country,
it's a positive things are coming.
Yeah. Well, I think we have a few questions about travel and when flights are starting and things like that, but I'm not sure I have all that information, and I think it might be better for people to check with the airlines at this point, because it does seem like things are changing kind of almost daily in terms of when things are opening up and travel restrictions and that kind of thing. But
absolutely, and I do think you should check with your airline, but just to make sure that we're clear. So the Rome airport has never closed, and flights are coming in and out every day. George came at the very end of March. Our daughter left about 3 weeks ago back to the States. The difference really is, and what we're waiting to hear on May 18th is, you can come to Italy, you can go to any country, but it's the quarantine that is stopping the tourists at the moment. You'd have to have a place to come and quarantine for 14 days. Yeah. And most tourists don't want to go to a hotel and stay in their room for 14 days. So you do need to check with your airline. There are plenty of flights coming in and out, but we're pretty confident that on May 18th or roughly around then, we are going to get really good news. This morning, George and I saw, we get updates pretty regularly, that several of the airlines are no longer canceling flights, but now are boosting flights. So that's a really good sign for us that they're going to start less connections and getting people directly into Rome and into Florence.
Another good news, simply for the fact that you are in the European community here in Italy, is the fact that France announced yesterday night that they don't want to do any more quarantine for the people inside Europe. In other terms, means if we leave for Paris tonight, we don't have to stay.
That's right.
This is another little sign.
Very big. That's big.
That's big.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for the quick cooking lesson, and to let people know, we're going to post the recipe and the brand of the wine and everything on our site. And Flavio, thank you for the special guest appearance.
I'm sorry for my terrible English.
You can't see it, but there was a lot of love for you on Facebook here. So.
Well, Carolyn, first of all, we really want to thank you and JourneyWoman for hosting us today. We're very excited to partner with you, and please, if there's anything that anybody needs, or if they have a direct question for George or I or anything about wine, feel free to email us, or they can email JourneyWoman and they will pass it on to us, and we're happy to answer anything.
Yeah, I feel like we need a little more time on the wine, and but that's just me, you know.
Well, believe me,
George and Flavia are going to be doing a lot more about wine. They're going to do some talks, and
yes,
we're
we
going to
are.
be filming them and getting them ready. So we will definitely let everybody know when they are
Yes.
ready to do their wine talk.
Yes, I'm going to teach Flavio how to make wine.
I'm very curious.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm going to teach him. It's amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
take notes. I'm the professor.
I will.
Well,
Schools in session. What's that?
we will definitely check in with you all in a few weeks and see how things are looking at Italy. And again, George and Linda, thanks so much for bringing all your energy and passion to our JourneyWoman audience. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this, we have another session tomorrow, motherhood lessons from Kenya, at this same time, if anyone would like to join us either on Facebook or on Zoom. And look forward to seeing you all again, and thank you.
Ciao, ciao, ciao,
Bye.
ciao. Carolyn.